Hey there, everyone. How are we doing today? So, I thought it was about time I did another coffee talk with a mentor. Again, this whole series was brought about because I am getting dozens of requests for coffee every week. I can't, I just can't say yes to all of them. Um, I'm sorry. But something I thought I could do for you is take the concepts that I hear in the emails and the few phone calls and texts I get and try to create a series for you. So I think this is number 3. This particular coffee talk is really a collection of various topics all around, hey, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy. I want to have legacy wealth. It's all about that big goal for some financial number in the future. People read the book, they realize what Olivia and I have done, and they're like, I want me some of that. So this particular coffee talk with a mentor is about becoming a millionaire. Again, the whole thesis of this conversation is you and I are sitting down at a table. I'm going to bring up different topics, kind of share with you what I think. And what you could do if you really want to interact with this is get ready to hit the pause button. And as I bring up topics, kind of jot down what you think. And then if you'd like, you can leave a comment below. You can ask questions. Don't forget, I have this subscriber question series where, again, you just leave a comment. I'm the only one that sees this channel. And I've done to date, I've been pretty good about answering questions and creating videos. As the channel grows, it gets harder and harder to keep up, but I am doing my best. So without further ado, let's initiate this coffee talk about becoming a millionaire. All right, so let's blow this out. So this is a fun topic. You know, I can vividly remember being younger than a teenager, thinking that being a millionaire was this like magical thing. Um, and if I'm honest with you and myself, never thought I would get there. Right? I was never around money, never around wealth. Always paycheck to paycheck, and money was a stressor. But I'm happy to say that if as we go through this conversation, I will lay out the plan for how you get there. Uh, it is proven, it works. As you will see, it is not going to feel good. You are going to be asked to do things that you might not want to. But again, that's why you have coffee talk with a mentor. I'm here to tell you the truth, not to make you feel good. So let's get started. First, something you need to do for me if you haven't read this book is you need to go to Amazon or Audible. You need to purchase this because I think you need to know our story. I think you also need to understand that every question you give me, I have an answer, but I have a specific lens. I'm not here to tell you that my lens is right or wrong, but you should at least know where I'm coming from. The other thing I would ask is if you have gotten this book, please leave a review. It is one of my weekly goals to increase reviews on Amazon and Audible. And I give you so much free content, which is time out of my day that I could do anything else I wanted, but I want to do this for you. So please go to Audible and Amazon and write a review. It could be great book, it can be very simple. 5 stars, quick comment. I'm trying to get 5 reviews on Amazon a week and 5 reviews on Audible a week. So if you can help me, please help me. All right. Thank you. So first, being a millionaire, being wealthy, being rich is a very common topic or discussion I have with folks. It may be coached, it may have context of different things, but that's what people want. They want, hey, I want some of what you got. And um, I'm ready to talk about it, right? We need to talk about money. We need to talk about, um, how to get there. How'd you do it, right? What was the path? What are the guideposts? What is all of that? So again, you need to get the book and understand my lens to get you there. But let's get started. So the first thing I want to do with you, and this is where you can hit the pause button, is I want you to tell me a little bit about your financial situation today. And I really want to know 2 different kind of factors, and you'll understand where I'm coming from in a minute. Tell me a little bit about your income, right? That doesn't mean give me the exact number, but where are you, right? And then more importantly, what I'm trying to figure out is expenses, because something you will see very soon is it's not about the top line, which in this conversation is income. It's about the bottom line, which is how much you keep. And for most of us, the factor that we can control the most is expenses. Most of us, myself included, spent too much money. I spent every penny we had. So it didn't matter how high my income was, I had nothing left when I was 30. That's a problem. It's really tough to be a millionaire if you have nothing left at the end of the paycheck. You'll see this conversation a few more times in the upcoming slides. Then I'm going to ask you about your assets and liabilities, right? Maybe you own a house. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have a rental that used to be your primary residence that you sold, that instead of selling, you rented. I don't know. Maybe you have student debt. Maybe you have a car loan. We're going to talk about assets and liabilities. And again, I was an accountant out of college, have an MBA. So these are basically financial statements, right? This is the income statement is the top one. And then the balance sheet is the last one, right? If you want to look those up, you don't know what those are, probably go to Wikipedia or somewhere and look up income statement and look up balance sheet. Balance sheet. So the next thing I want to do, because again, as I told you earlier, the biggest thing that you and I can control is expenses. Some of us can raise income, some of us can get side hustles. Sure, you can increase top line, but the things that we can do the fastest is whack expenses. So I want to talk about your credit card statement because most of us spend on credit cards. I want to look at your last 90 days, and I want you to get a highlighter and highlight all your wants. Did you buy new clothes? Did you go out to eat? Did you go to an event? I want to know about all your wants, not your needs like gas in the car or, I don't know, an appointment at the doctor's or, things that you need, right? I'm not talking about getting rid of your needs. We should all cover our needs. But for the majority of us, our wants make up the majority, and our wants are keeping us poor. Say that again. Your wants are keeping you poor. Your consumer behavior is keeping you poor. So pull out your credit card, hit pause, look at the last 90 days, and be merciless. What are your wants? You probably have found the keys to being a millionaire by eliminating your wants for a significant duration. If you read our book, you will see we eliminated wants for 15 years. Sorry, it's hard. I told you weren't going to like it, but that is the truth. So the other thing I want to do is I want to test what you just told me, right? I'm very much about kind of pushing on the edges and seeing where I can highlight things. I want to ask you about when you want to go have fun, right? Is with you and your significant other, you by yourself, you with a group of friends, I don't know. But what do you do for fun? Do you go shopping? Is it retail therapy? Do you go out to eat, right? That was a thing for us, right? We would eat out 5 times a week sometimes. Do you like to go travel? And it doesn't have to be travel on a plane. Maybe it's driving. Do you go to events, concerts, the movies? What is it? What's your guilty pleasure? What are you doing? Is that a need or a want? Right? This is going to become a common theme that we talk about. What if I told you, right, sitting across from me now, we've probably been sitting down for 10 or 15 minutes. You've got a credit card statement highlighted. You've told me about your income statement, your balance sheet, so I know where you're started. What if I told you the key to this is to whack expenses by 25%? Seriously, could you do it? It was hard for us. We started by whacking it 10%. And then over the course of 5 or 6 years, we dropped our expenses to 50% of income. 50, 50. It wasn't immediate. It was hard. It was uncomfortable. It was stressful, sure. We got really good at doing things that cost no money. So let's talk. How do you lower your expenses 25%? Look at it. How do you do it? So hit pause and think about that. And realize again, it doesn't have to be overnight. Maybe you start with 5% and then 10% and then 15, but you've got to get the goal of 25%, at least 25%. What if I told you that being a millionaire is possible? Absolutely possible. But it's going to take you 10 years. It's going to take 10 years of sacrifice, dropping your wants, and discipline. Discipline is a big deal. Do you know about income creep? Basically, as your income rises, people buy more stuff. Stop it. Take 90% of your income bumps over the next decade and drop it right to the bottom line. That will immediately increase your savings. That's one of the reasons we went from saving 10% to 50%, is we never changed our life. We lived in the same small condo, even though all our friends were buying nice cars and big houses. We never left. We kept our income or our expenses at the same level as our income went up. You have to do it. Stop buying new cars. Stop buying new houses. Stop. As your income rises, save the majority of it, okay? This is the basic formula for anyone to be a millionaire. Earn, save, invest, repeat. It is that simple. You do that for 10 years, your chances of becoming a millionaire are much, 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 much greater than they are today. It's fact. Fact. Think about it. Increase your earnings, save a lot more, learn how to invest, and repeat. One thing that if you read our book, which I strongly recommend, you will see at two different points in our journey, we went violently against the crowd. This is hard. This is uncomfortable. You feel like an idiot because everybody else is doing something else. The first time for us is when everybody was buying houses, we sold. The second thing is when everybody was afraid to buy, we bought hand over fist. It was hard. It was scary. But that is something that you will have a couple of opportunities to do. And over time, if you're right, it will pay off big time. Again, something I want to put out here, because again, I don't believe that being a millionaire should be the goal, but so many people talk about it. I have to address it. I think being a millionaire is a cute goal. I think the balance sheet is a cute financial statement that has room for judgments, right? What's the value of the home? Well, you think it's 100. I think it's 120, blah, 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 blah. Too many opinions for me. What I want to focus on is net positive cash flow. I don't care if my net worth is zero, but if I have a cash flow of $100,000 a month, I'm good. Doesn't matter, right? That's an extreme example, but that hopefully tells you what I think, right? So again, if you want to talk about being a millionaire, I'm right there with you. So many people want to talk about it, but let's realize at the end of the day, you become financially free because you pay your bills with positive cash flow. I believe most people fail to set step-by-step goals because they say they want to be a millionaire and that's the only goal. As you see, I put out my goals update every Sunday, and I think that's important, and you should be doing that too. So what could be your goals for the next 90 days? Maybe it's audit your credit card statement. Maybe it's cut expenses, cancel this or that. Maybe it's get a better phone plan. I don't know. What can you cut immediately, expense-wise, and take all of that and put it in savings? Let's create 90-day goals. And then there'll be 180-day goals, and then 270. It's not about setting the goal of being a millionaire. It's about what steps can you take in the next 90 days. This has to become a habit. So I talked about earn, save, invest, repeat. Most people fall down on the invest. Earning more is easy to understand. Saving is easy to understand, but invest. I don't care what your market is. I don't care if you're a real estate investor or a stock investor. I believe there are always bad, average, good, and great deals in any market. And your job is to learn your freaking market. So many people hear me say that and blow it off, but it is the absolute key. And most people don't know how to learn a market. They pull up realtor.com or Redfin or CNBC and they go, hey, let me look at X. Oh, that's cheap. I'll buy that. Stop it. You don't learn a market in 5 seconds. You don't learn a market in 7 days. You learn a market by consistently looking at it day after day after day after day. Most people need help with this. So after getting so many questions, I spent months creating an online course that is the thing I am the most proud of. You'll see in the notes below this video a link to the course. Go check it out. See what I'm talking about. We've actually had some students come on and give interviews about how it created focus and confidence. If you want to be a millionaire and you get, earn, and save, you need to figure out how to learn your market. Too many people hear this and they go, I get it. I understand. I know how to do it. No, you don't. You need to learn your market. Only do good and great deals. Don't gamble. The other thing I want to talk about is talking about a millionaire, especially if you're a real estate investor, is I want to have a conservative goal. Let's not talk about thousands of units or even hundreds of units. I want to talk about getting 4 single family rentals. Yes, these can be duplexes, triplexes, quad, but they're residential. I believe most people will fundamentally change their financial lives if they get 4 conservatively financed rental properties. It is going to take time. You are going to have to learn your market, but you will get to a better financial future with 4 rental properties. In the end, I want to thank you for the time. I want to wish you the best of luck in becoming a millionaire. Again, it starts with earn, save, invest, repeat. You're going to have to audit your spending, needs versus wants. Let's start with a goal of 4. What expenses can you whack in the next 90 days? Most importantly is, what are you doing to learn your market? If you need help, check out the course in the description. Take care. Thanks.